So what we just saw in our GeoGebra activity is that angles that are diagonally across from each other, like 1 and 2, and also 3 and 4, have a relationship. 1 has a relationship with 2, 3 has a relationship with 4, and that relationship is not only how they're located, that they're diagonally across from each other in between those two intersecting lines, but that they are congruent. They are the exact same size, exact same shape when they're diagonally across from each other like that. So they are congruent. And maybe one way you can remember that is to draw two intersecting lines, and the top one makes the V for vertical, and the bottom one you can make an A into vertical angles, and that way you can remember that's kind of what they look like. Alright, so here in example 3, it says, let's see, wait, just before that it says we can use vertical angles theorem to solve for variables and find the measure of angles. So now that we know that 3x and 75 are vertical angles, I hope you're thinking about, since they are congruent, equaling those to each other. So 3x equals 75. So to solve for x, you would divide by 3, and x equals 25. Now, a little bit more tricky to solve for y, because as you notice, I don't have y's matching vertical angle. There is no angle over here. So I'm going to have to use a different strategy instead of vertical angles. And maybe one of the strategies you're thinking about is this line right here is a straight line. It's a straight angle. And we know that all straight angles, all lines, make 180 degrees. And so this is actually a linear pair where you could say y plus 75 equals 180 degrees. And then you could subtract 75 from both sides and get y equals 105. Okay, so you try, pause the video, give this a try, and we'll come back and look at it together. So on my you try, I was thinking about how these turquoise angles are diagonally across from each other in between those same two intersecting lines. And that's what tells me these are vertical angles. They are congruent. They're equal to one another. So what I have over here is I equaled them to one another. 3x equals the 80 minus x. Then to solve this equation, I added x to both sides, and this became 4x equals 80. Then you want to get x by itself, so you're going to do the opposite of multiplying 4. You're going to divide by 4 to get rid of it. So those cancel, and then 80 divided by 4 is 20.